I don't know the proper ratio of bunions.
Watching Dakota Fanning like coax like demon energy out of her body.
This is an experiment.
I mean, chock full of nuts.
Kind of makes him the king of heroin.
Way to go, one-arm Mike.
Sushi Jackknife. 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 Sushi Jackknife.
The land of the free, and the home of the brave. The land of the... We're back. I don't know if it's much different that we weren't here last week for you.
I'm sure it is.
Well,
someone probably cried.
They must have. I hope you looked into the stories that we recommended looking into.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm not going to talk about them this week.
Oh, I was kind of thinking I might talk about mine.
Well, you can talk about yours. I don't care.
Can I talk about mine?
I don't know what yours is.
So
I wasn't listening when you recommended it last week.
Oh, well, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Anyway, welcome to Sushi Jackknife.
Welcome to Sushi Jackknife. Hi. Everyone should know that I'm in a shit mood right off the bat. Nathan got here an hour ago, and we've mostly just been dealing with the fact that I was in a shit mood for the last hour.
He's high maintenance.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's a real whiny boy today. Real whiny boy.
He's helping. Can you tell he's helping people? Can you tell? That's how Nathan's helpful.
By calling people whiny boys.
He did buy me a cigar. So that was nice.
What can I say?
You're real red sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Red sweets. That's what we had. Red sweets.
Whatever that actually is.
So the story that I recommended, I'm sure none of you looked.
Oh, we're just jumping right into it.
Well, I just thought we might.
Okay, go ahead.
Thought we might. It made national news, but this happened here in Nashville, not too far from where I work. We have a homeless buddy, who we talk to a lot. You know, he's actually great. Like, he doesn't like bother you for stuff. He asked us for cigarettes here and there, and we would give them to him, but he didn't really want anything else. Like, you'd offer, he was one of those guys, like, you'd even like be like, hey, you want some money? And he'd be like, no, I'm good. So, real sweet guy, big guy, kind of an intimidating guy, but he's the guy who the would-be rapper girl shot twice because he asked her to turn her music down or move her car. Did you hear the story?
Yes, I heard the story.
Yeah.
I met the gentleman one time.
You did? Yes, you did meet him, yeah.
He didn't ask me to turn my music down.
Mm-mm.
And
in fact, he is a musician, yeah.
I was not worried about my safety near him.
Right. No, he's a very nice guy. He's a super nice guy. And I'm sure he just, he was probably sleeping, on the ground and just asked her if she could move or turn it down. He's just trying to sleep. And, that resulted in a couple gunshot wounds. And he was his condition, last I heard, was upgraded. So he's doing better.
Well, that's good. But
he was in, like, critical condition for a good, 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to her?
So she had, her name's Quackenbush. Is her last name? Yeah.
That's a ridiculous last name.
Well, she has priors in Texas.
Okay.
For assault. At least.
Shocking.
Right. So she got out on a $25,000 bond, but she's facing trial. So I think that's in progress at the moment, as far as I know, yeah.
Why would they only... I don't know the whole decisions behind bond setting.
Yeah.
But attempted murder and $25,000 doesn't seem
equivalent.
Equal.
Yeah, I know. It should be like...
I would say 6
50,
figures
75, there. Yeah, something.
Like, if you try to kill another human being without a valid... I mean, like, if it's... like self-defense, then it's a little bit different.
Well, she claimed self-defense.
Yeah, but no one bought that.
No one did.
Even on the local news, the local news, if something happens, they have to over and over say allegedly.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But it was like one of those situations where their allegedly is dripping with sarcasm.
Right.
Like, she allegedly shot a homeless man. Like, okay. Yeah. So we all know We're all on the same page here.
Right, yeah. So thankfully he's okay, and good vibes to you, our friend. Good vibes. That's the basic story, though. It's worth reading about. I mean, he's a very interesting guy.
It's good that you could start this podcast off on an upbeat note.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. I'm in a terrible mood. A friend of mine got shot. Yeah, that's.
So I'd like to talk about the statistics of orphans in the United States. No, I would not.
Yeah, I have done you a disservice, at least, in that I've set you've got a lot to make up for because of where I'm at.
Yeah.
It's an uphill battle.
Well, I will tell you that I did no work this week.
Oh, great.
Because I was sick.
Yeah.
I got some sort of stomach thing.
Ooh.
So I ended up, let me backtrack here. We had my wife's friends in town last weekend. Neither of them listened to this.
Okay.
I don't believe.
Okay, good.
So
you're going to say what you want. Are you going to say what you want to say?
I'm trying to. I don't care for people.
Yeah, that's one of the main things that's been kind of amazing that we've been doing this for as long as we have, because you just don't like people.
I'm going to just assume that they're not ever going to listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
So I spent all of Saturday night and parts of Sunday listening to, it's my wife's friend from college and her husband, listening to the husband explain different screenplay ideas he has.
Oh boy. That's almost as annoying as being friends with me.
I don't want to get into all of them, but I will say one of them. Have you seen the movie Southpaw?
No.
Let me give you the plot of the movie Southpaw real quick.
Lay it.
Boxer has a child that is taken away by the state.
Guy's name is Boxer? Oh, he is a boxer.
He is a boxer.
Southpaw. Got it. He's a lefty. I'm with you.
His wife gets murdered, and lots of bad things happen.
Yeah.
And so he becomes addicted to drugs and stuff.
Oh.
And so his daughter gets taken away by the state.
Yeah.
So he has to prove he has gainful employment to get the daughter back.
Okay.
And somehow, I'm still fuzzy on the details on this part of the movie. The only way he can do that is by winning a boxing match.
That sounds plausible.
I mean, there are other jobs he could get in life. Not to mention, the losers of the boxing matches get paid. So really all he would have to do is book the boxing match, and then they'd be like, oh, you have a job. Okay. Anyway.
But he has to, like, in the movie logic.
He has to win.
He has to win.
Yeah. Don't think about it too hard.
Okay.
And so he wins and gets his daughter back.
Okay.
The screenplay idea is that idea.
Okay.
I'm assuming he has not seen Southpaw. But all of the characters are werewolves.
Whoa.
So.
Boxing werewolves?
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Now,
there's a lot of logistics to discuss here.
If you are a listener to this show, or my friend, as you are, you've endured a lot of bullshit ideas. But I have never pitched to you or the audience boxing werewolves with custody issues. Mm-hmm. Never.
Custody, yeah.
And I never will.
Because you're afraid of werewolves.
That's part of it.
You know that if you started coming up with an idea of werewolves, they'd haunt your dreams.
I just can't think about them that much. Yeah. I mean, we also won't do that movie about triangle people. It's not going to happen.
What about triangle people werewolves?
Oh, now that I'm a little interested. Stop it. Stop it.
There's one right behind you.
I know. Just, God. I had to look. So, all right. Hang on. Let's break this down a little bit.
Yeah.
The werewolf has a job, I guess, is the first thing?
As a boxer.
Okay. So we have to...
I assume... Well, actually, you know what? That wasn't stated.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's a society where people are werewolves. Like everyone's a werewolf.
So there's a lot of establishing that has to happen. Mm-hmm. This is a book series.
Yeah.
This is not a
screenplay.
And that's,
when I heard it, my thought is people who love Twilight would dig this idea.
Yeah. But you got to write 6 successful novels before you can make these films.
6 successful novels and then 4 screenplays out of those 6 novels.
Right. I think that's how that happened, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe 5. They split the last one. I don't know how it works. They're all
terrible. They're all terrible. Anyway, let's...
Okay, so...
The best part of those movies is watching Dakota Fanning, like, coax, like, demon energy out of her body.
I'll be honest, I had no idea Dakota Fanning was in those movies.
I think that was her.
Until right this second.
That might have been her.
Can I tell you how much of those movies I've seen?
0?
Literally 0 seconds.
Oh, good for you.
I have seen the commercials when they were coming out.
I can't say
and
the
that's
same.
The amount I know. That, and I heard someone talk about the plot of the final Twilight movies where she's pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
And
that was something.
That sounds unpleasant.
Yeah.
Anyway, so...
That's screenplay idea 1.
Well, I'm not going to go into the others because I don't remember the details of the others enough to go into them.
Is one of them like a society of like sea creatures? One of them, goes through a divorce and has to like win a decathlon.
I would actually
get their wife back.
That's an amazing idea.
Thank you.
An octopus in a decathlon.
Yeah. Octacathalon.
Ooh. Yeah, it's less about the ideas and more about the fact that, like, you know how most people don't want to hear about dreams from people?
Oh, yeah.
Like, most people are like, I don't care. I just don't care. They're going to tell me about their dreams. I don't care. But, people still do it.
Like dreams in sense of, like, what I would love to do with my life?
Or
this is the dream I had last night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, because most of the time when people do that, it's an inside story that you're not privy to the details, and you don't want to get the background to the details.
Yeah.
And so they're like, there was this guy from middle school, and anyway, we were splitting a foot-long coney. Like, that's crazy. Wow.
Speaking of inside things, Deeber, if you're listening, hi. Okay, that's all I have to say about that.
So it's like that when people start pitching ideas for screenplays.
Yeah.
Like if it's maybe a finished screenplay or you at least have the full outline and you're working on it, okay, fine. If you're just like throwing ideas out, I don't necessarily want to hear. They're nice people. I don't like listening to my own ideas.
Okay.
When I have things like I don't talk about my ideas in length all the time because I get annoyed with myself when I'm doing it.
What must it be like for you to be my friend? Because that's all I do with you.
I humor you a lot.
And I you.
So that whole thing is happening.
I humor you a lot.
And then because they desperately wanted to go see Moshe Kasher, a comedian, at Zany's here in town.
Okay.
We ended up having to pay to go see Moshe Kasher at Zany's.
Who's Moshe Kasher?
He's a comedian. It wasn't bad. Okay. It was actually pretty good. It was surprisingly good. But I will say I got a deal from Zany's for $5 tickets for this.
Oh, nice.
Instead of $20 tickets, which tells you how popular the ticket for Sunday night was with him. And if they hadn't been here, the $5 ticket, I would have seen the thing and gone, that's a little bit
and just
steep still.
Yeah. $2.50 more.
His stand-up that I heard this time, I liked a lot more than his previous stuff I've heard.
Okay.
But, anyway.
He's a local guy or something, or just small time?
No, he's national. He's known.
Yeah.
He has a show on Comedy Central.
Well, wow.
But, I think everyone has a show at some point that gets canceled on Comedy Central.
That should be our goal.
To get a canceled show on Comedy Central?
Yeah. One episode canceled.
I feel like that would be on there for 25 seconds.
They should have
They cancel it mid-airing.
I like that.
The opening scene, they're like, nope, no one's going to watch this.
How did we not catch this when we were looking at it before?
We really have to start watching these pilots
before we air them.
So while I'm there, this is, and anyone who knows me knows, this is an unusual thing for me. I was very cold.
You're not cold often.
I'm not a cold person. I don't run cold. But
no, you run
it was
hot.
Enough that I rolled down my sleeves like I had yeah.
In Zanies?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I didn't think anything about it. Just was like, man, that was cold. I went to work and ended up having to come home at noon with the stomach flu.
Oh, that's why you were cold. That's right.
So everyone at Zanies that was there to see Moshe Kasher on Sunday, good luck with your life. You may... Anyway. So that was half of my week this week.
Okay. Wow.
So I did no preparation.
It's fine.
But in lieu of preparation...
Okay.
I started thinking random things today.
Okay.
And I decided today would be a good day to jot down my random thoughts.
Love it.
So we can go through those whenever you'd like.
Let's do it.
Okay. We can do that now.
Let's do it. And while you're pulling it up, I'm going to put a little interlude on for everyone.
Yeah, I'm going to have this up before you get your interlude up.
I'll save the interlude for later. Wow. Wow.
All right, so to give background information.
Okay.
I don't know what led to any of these thoughts.
It's fine.
This is just when my brain starts wondering what happens.
So that's what my life is like all the time.
So the first thought.
Okay.
When female celebrities Google themselves, and you know they Google themselves.
Of course they do.
Jennifer Lawrence is Googling herself daily.
I Google myself.
When they Google themselves, they probably get really skeeved out by how quickly Google autocompletes feet after their name. I don't know if you've noticed this.
It does. Very quickly.
If you type in any actress, comedian, singer, whatever, if it's an actress, feet
Jennifer Aniston
is like the fourth or fifth thing that autocompletes.
It really is.
If you're an actor, a male actor, gay, it doesn't matter who you are. Every one of them's gay.
Yep. Yep.
As if someone desperately wants
them to be gay.
I actually briefly was talking about this while I thought about this. The number of times it has to be typed in for it to autocomplete that
right.
implies that there are people sitting around going, I'm going to find a gay celebrity. How do I do that? Just going to Google it. Ryan Gosling, gay. Well, don't see anything here. Harrison Ford, gay? And they just keep running down the list with the word gay over and over and over, hoping to find an article that just says, yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's all they're looking for. And the feet thing is obvious, right? Like,
it's gross people.
Yeah.
But that I continued on because that made me think of the gross people.
Okay.
So I could probably be friends with a foot guy.
Okay.
Like a guy who is so into feet that that's what he wanted to talk about most of the time. I could probably be friends with him.
Okay.
Not because I like feet like he likes them, but because if he were objectifying a woman's feet, an odd thing to do.
Right.
And said, you've got to check these out, I would definitely go, okay. I'll check them out.
It's not as bad as like breasts or butt or...
I mean, I'm not a fan,
else.
but I have a naturally inquisitive mind. If you tell me I have to check them out, I will check them out.
Nathan, you have to check that out. That right over there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to look.
And what about that? You have to check that out.
It's pretty neat.
Wow. This is the most upbeat I've ever seen you.
So, a lot of foot stuff here at the beginning.
Fine.
Hanging out with a foot guy would probably be the closest I would ever get to experiencing the feeling that, like, we'll say a drama major would feel hanging out with a fantasy football league.
Okay. Oh, yes.
because
I don't have anything in common.
Yeah, like I could pretend I know what he's talking about, but I don't know whether the color of polish is really good or not good, and I don't know the proper ratio of bunions to foot. I don't know. Like, I can pretend, but I don't know.
You're right.
So I'm just going to be faking it.
These are random thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
Well, they get more random.
Okay.
These are all on topic.
All right. Yeah, I'm not a foot guy either. I mean, like, I prefer that they have feet.
You're just into Kellyanne Conway's.
Well, no, I just think that Reince Priebus is.
I would not be shocked to find out that he... I can just imagine him saying, "Hey, you gotta come check these feet out," and I would say, "Okay, all right, Rich. I'll be right there, I guess." I don't. So then we moved away from feet in my head.
Okay,
this was a little bit later. If the Jewish mother's genes
whoa,
what? Hold on.
Okay.
If the Jewish mother's genes were more dominant in Drake, would he be able to say the N-word?
Ooh. Drake the rapper.
Yes. Not the snack cake. The rapper. he has an African American father. Those genes are more dominant if you look at him.
Yeah.
Well,
it's always that way. Being white is a recessive thing, right?
I don't know.
I think so.
Do I look like a geneticist?
What does a geneticist look like?
Not this guy, that's for sure.
Yeah. Would he... Well, I don't think that's what makes you African Canadian. I don't think that's what makes you that. It's like where you came from, right? So, yeah, if his dad's black, but he looks more like his Jewish mom.
You say that.
Yeah.
But I want you to look up the rapper Logic.
Okay. All right.
He is also mixed race.
Okay.
And he says the N-word.
Okay.
But it's a very controversial thing for him to do because he's very light-skinned.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I fell into that rabbit hole at one point, looking up people complaining about that. Obviously, I don't really care. It doesn't affect me either way. I'm not mixed race, and I don't have a claim over the N-word. So it's really between them to figure out.
This guy's name is Sir Bryson Hall II?
Yeah.
Well, that's why he can't say the N-word.
No, he can, though.
Well, he can, but
people get upset.
Why?
Some people get upset because they think he's too light.
I mean, he's light, but he's not.
Is there a scale, like just a color scale where there's a point where you're like N-word level, like you can now say it?
No, I mean, like, look, like the thing is, there's been lots of, and this is a sad thing, of course. There's been lots of different cultures over the years where, you know, like people just don't like to be darker.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the case in India.
Even here.
That's the case here.
If you look here.
Within the black community.
The African Americans that people talk about being beautiful.
Yeah, are all lighter skinned.
Beyonce, Halle Berry, like lighter skinned.
Yeah.
I'm not in charge of that either. Right. By the way.
But they are within this culture, so maybe that's why. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that seems to be a theme across the world, and I don't know why. All the whiles, us Caucasian people are trying to get just a little darker because we want a tan.
Yeah,
you know
that's true.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's all very strange. Okay, so yeah, do I think it would be fine?
Well, I don't care.
Do I think that
society
other people,
think it's fine?
The society would be pissed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I accept that.
Yeah.
So, I was wondering at one point today.
You have had random thoughts.
Oh, and it just keeps going.
There's a lot of those.
What the first person to call a crazy person nuts, that person, what their favorite salty snack was. Because it can't be nuts.
Right.
Because they're using it in a derogatory way. They clearly thought of it in a negative way. Were they allergic? Could they only eat chips that were not cooked in peanut oil?
Well, that's what
things like that?
Yes.
Is that, I mean, that's the only thing I could come up with.
Well, nuts are just crazy. And crazies are just nuts.
Okay.
I mean, Chock Full of Nuts.
Yeah.
Was a nut stand, not a coffee stand, in New York.
Yeah.
And they called it Chock Full of Nuts because you could buy nuts there, but they also served coffee.
Right.
It just so turned out that the coffee was more popular than the nuts.
That makes sense.
And the name stuck, Chock Full of Nuts, because coffee is not a nut, it's a bean, to the best of my knowledge.
Do you think he hated pecan pie too?
Yeah.
I mean, he's right. Pecan pie is one of the worst pies.
Well, can you imagine calling a crazy person chips? You're just so chips.
Yeah.
Why are you being so chips right now?
When people say pecan pie...
You know why people say nuts? Hang on, because I got a thing. People are nuts because they're cracking up. That's where it comes from.
Go! Okay.
You see?
I'll accept it.
You like
I don't know if that's right or not.
No, I think so. Because if you're cracking up, you're losing your shit. You're going nuts.
Just a quick PSA.
Yeah.
If you say pecan pie, you're saying it wrong. Stop doing that.
It's pecan pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a jerk.
Who says pecan pie?
Oh, I've heard people say pecan pie.
Is that a southern way of saying it, or is that the other?
Pecan pie.
Pecan.
Which, again, this is another one that I don't have a horse in the race on. I don't care because pecan pie is disgusting.
You don't like pecan pie. I do like
it's
pecan
gross.
pie. It's so good. So good.
There's nothing in there that is a redeeming thing to be eating.
So good. Move on.
Pecans are overrated.
We're not going to talk about pecan pie.
This one's just a quick statement.
Okay.
When companies make dog treats shaped like bones,
they're
not fooling anyone.
Very true. Very true. Moving on. Nathan, there's nothing to argue with there.
No, it's not a controversial statement. No one is getting those and going, that's a bone.
Right. Maybe dogs.
I wonder if there's ever been a cannibal in history.
Okay.
That went through the process of hunting a person.
Yeah.
Butchering the person.
Yeah.
And cooking the person.
Yeah.
And then when they tasted it, went, it's a little gamey. Because they don't, the first time they do it, they don't know what human tastes like.
Yeah.
This is an experiment.
Right.
Like, I don't want to experiment like cooking steak because I feel like it's too expensive. There's a lot of steak recipes I would like to try, but I'm not going to do it because it costs a lot of money. I can't even fathom the idea of going through the effort of murdering a human being to try to eat them.
Yeah.
Just to find out it's
well, yeah, I mean, like
it's not great.
Human meat doesn't cost anything because we don't sell it.
But it's a lot of effort.
That's what I'm saying.
Plus the lawyer fees once they catch you. They will catch you.
You know, people are bad at thinking about the future. I think that's what cannibalism illustrates.
Yeah. And if you aren't eating the whole thing because you don't like it, you're not even getting rid of most of the evidence.
No. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. There's got to be a lot of parts to a person, too, that just aren't that good.
Yeah. A lot of throwaway parts. What would be... if you were to butcher a human being?
This is a fun conversation.
What would be like the chitlins of a human being?
Chitlins.
That's like the stuff no one really wants to eat.
Yeah. Which, by the way, everyone says chitlins, but if you look at a package, it's chitterlings. Yeah. Which sounds really like bugs. Sounds
chitterlings.
Really chitterlings. It sounds like what roaches do. They chitter at you. Their babies are chitterlings. Anyway, the brains,
is that what?
Definitely what do they call what's that weird word they have for organs in meat? You know what I mean? Like if you go to the butcher and you like offal,
I think that's it.
Yeah, offal. The offal.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna eat any of that because God knows, like people eat weird shit. You know, like animals mostly stick to a couple things. You know, if you're like a bear, you're an omnivore, but like people don't eat bears that much because they like have weird diseases and shit. I feel like we're like that.
Is that why we don't eat bears?
they're also hard to kill.
I mean, I don't know whether there's a reason we don't eat bear or not. I've never had an interest in eating bear.
We mostly don't eat predators, right? You know, that's, mostly eat, things that eat grass, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Another quick statement here.
Okay, great. This is fun.
I bet the owner of the biggest linoleum company in the world has really nice hardwood floors.
Yeah, I think so too.
You can, if you want to change that out, it can be switched to, I bet the owner of Formica has really nice marble countertops.
That's probably so, yeah.
They're not using their product.
No, 100% not.
How disappointed would you be if you knew a linoleum tycoon? Just a titan of industry.
Yeah.
And you go into his house, and literally every floor in the house is a different type of linoleum.
Well, not only that, but the counters are linoleum, the furniture is all linoleum.
It's a very linoleum house.
We have a lot of B stock. What do you do with it? What do you do with those odd pieces?
It's not even matching linoleum.
Right.
He just takes whatever is left over.
It's a fucking cornucopia in there. It's a patchwork, if you will.
This is a question.
Okay.
And I'd love your answer on this.
All right.
Would anything bad happen if I were to use hand soap on the rest of my body?
Yes, I've tried it.
What happens?
I was out of soap, and so I had to... It burns in your asshole. It burns.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't want to do that. And it makes your hair, anywhere there's hair, it makes it feel real dry.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it's not designed for that.
Do you think, follow up here, that a person with no hands,
oh God,
do you think they would still buy hand soap, or would the guests that come to their house be left to fend for themselves?
I think if you don't have hands, you get a fucking pass. That's what I think. You get a pass in life. You can be a dick. Yeah. And you know what?
I mean, I guess you probably still have to wash your nubs.
Well, yeah, but like, Jesus Christ. Nick.
It's nub soap then.
Yeah, but you don't like cross out hand on the bottle and put nub. You just don't do that. You know?
You know what? If I ever lose my hands, I most certainly will be doing that.
Nub soap.
Yeah.
Well, and then if you buy hand soap for other people, you just write guest hand soap so that no one's confused. No one's like, well, does he really have hands?
Yeah.
Like, is he holding out on us? Is he a liar? I've probably talked about this before, but...
A guy with no hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how you see movies when you're a kid and you don't remember what they're called and you don't necessarily remember everything accurately because you're a child?
Sure.
I saw this movie and I think Christina Applegate plays the female in it. If you saw a movie and you don't remember what it's called or that you remember any details of it correctly, are you sure you actually saw a movie? Well, no. I mean, I'm hoping someone can email sushijacknife@gmail.com and tell me if I'm imagining all this or not. The movie is about a guy who's a musician. He's a successful rock musician, a guitar player.
Right.
Freak accident happens, chops off both his hands.
As does happen.
I don't remember how, but
probably changing the strings of his guitar.
Look, I've been terrified about it for the rest of my life because I'm a guitar player too.
And that's naturally how every guitar player's career ends.
Well, yeah. Well, I got another story now.
Handless.
Hang on. Just let me get through the one. So he loses both of his hands, and obviously he becomes very depressed. He gets these rubber hands, but they can't you can't do anything with them. So he has to if he wants to hand the clerk $1, he's got to form his hand into a shape against the counter to grab the dollar to hand it, and he gets very frustrated, as you can imagine. Well, along comes some crazy technology company that develops him these robotic hands that he can essentially program to play a keyboard. So by the end of the movie, he's playing a keyboard like a fucking master and just moving his nubs around, and the robot fingers are doing the rest, and he's a rock star again.
Wait a second.
This is the plot. I didn't make this movie.
If the robot hands are playing the piano, though, don't you just essentially have a human-powered player piano.
Yeah, he's a stage performer at that point. Yeah,
he's not doing it.
No. But and he might have created the music. I don't remember.
Okay, well that would make more sense.
Yeah,
it's at least putting him on the same level as a DJ at some EDM festival.
And now speaking of disabled guitar players, so my dad, I don't know why the fuck I went to wherever I was that I witnessed this. But I was somewhere with my dad when I was a little kid.
And he lopped off the hands of a guitar player.
Well, we walked into someone's house and then they were having a band practice. And the guitar player and singer was this guy, One-Armed Mike. And One-Armed Mike had one fucking arm.
That's where the name came from.
Yeah. But okay. Following me?
I'm on board here.
Fucking One-Armed Mike. One-Armed Mike played guitar. You might be asking yourself, how the fuck does a guy with one arm play guitar? Well, One-Armed Mike was very good at hammer-ons.
Nice.
You know, so he would just crank up his guitar, you know, and he would just like Steve Irons and shit. He was really good.
That's actually pretty sweet.
It was kind of amazing, but he looked like a heroin addict. I don't know why I was fucking there. I must have been 7 or 8 years old. One-Armed Mike.
I kind of want to meet One-Armed Mike now.
I'm sure he's dead. There's no way he's still alive.
I mean, people can do things with one hand.
Well, it's not about that. It was about whatever else was in his life. Yeah.
You have to admit, though, like if he was shooting up heroin, doing it with one arm.
Yeah. Pretty impressive.
Kind of makes him the king of heroin.
Yeah, I mean, if he did it in his arm, I mean, it's pretty easy to do in your leg.
Well, but I mean, he still has to tighten the belt and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it can't be as easy.
Teeth? Yeah, no, it can't be. Yeah, you're right.
Now, heroin's bad, so he shouldn't have done that. But
yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, good work.
It took some skills.
Yeah.
Way to go, One-Armed Mike. Next random thought.
Do you think a churchgoer who brings a devil's food cake to a potluck gets judged more harshly in the afterlife than one who brings angel food cake? And would the inverse be true at a Satanist potluck?
I think the Satanists don't care. They just want cake.
Okay. That sounds correct.
They're going to think the whole thing's pretty illogical. In fact, they might, they probably do some rebranding. They're clever people, the Satanists. I have a certain admiration for them, though I don't, You
love Satanists?
I'm not saying that, but like they are like crafty. Mm-hmm. They're crafty. Mm-hmm. And intelligent, and I appreciate that. Okay. And they don't worship Satan, so that's good. I don't think they would care. I think they would, a Beelzebub cake. Mm-hmm. They'd go for it. They'd go deep. For Christians,
I'm sure there's at least one denomination that views a devil's food cake as an evil dessert.
Yeah, Church of Christ or something, right? Like, for sure. Like,
I mean, there are denominations who are like, whoa, musical instruments?
Yeah.
God did not say anything about that.
A little far, guys. I think the purpose, though, Nathan, of a devil's food cake is to attract the devil so that you can catch him. It's not your food. Mm-hmm. It's the devil's food.
But you're eating it.
Well, that's a great point.
Are you going to catch him in your belly?
I think that's the idea.
I got devil in my belly.
I got devil belly.
That would be a great name for diarrhea.
That's true. And that's how they pick who they're going to sacrifice.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a follow-up random comment.
Wow.
A devil's food angel food cake would be a really good dessert for a person who is questioning their spirituality.
Did you just call that a purgatory cake?
Yeah. It's just like right there in the middle.
What's agnostic cake like, you think?
It's just there.
It's a fucking vegan.
There's no discernible flavor to it. It's just kind of there.
It's a gluten-free blueberry muffin, basically.
I do like blueberry muffins, though. So
yeah, but do you like a gluten-free blueberry muffin? Or?
I don't. Gluten gets a bad rap.
It does.
I mean, unnecessarily.
It's delicious.
Most of the people who don't like gluten don't know why they don't like gluten, and it upsets me because there are people who have genuine gluten allergies.
It's true.
In life.
Yeah.
But then there are people who are like, I gave up gluten, and I just feel like I have so much more energy now. You didn't have a gluten allergy then. Because the difference is, if you have a gluten allergy, it's, I gave up gluten, and now I don't spend all day on the toilet.
I feel normal. Yay.
I'm allowed to move without dying.
The other person's like, maybe you ate too much fucking bread.
Mm-hmm. I don't feel like I have death in my stomach anymore.
Right. Next random thought.
The insect community.
What? Okay.
Is severely underrepresented in professional sports team names.
Oh, okay.
And,
I thought you were just saying in professional sports. And
no, the team names.
Yes.
Like, you got every bird under the sun.
That's true.
Think about Blue Jays, Cardinals, Ravens. You got the Pelicans in New Orleans.
Really?
Yeah. NBA.
Do they put the ball in their mouth?
I think the logo may have that. I don't remember. Huh. They're not a real team in my mind, so I don't really care. Yeah. Fire Ants would be as good a team name as the Magic.
That's true. Now, can we just say that NBA names suck compared to a lot of other ones, right? Like it's kind of true, right? I have an issue
with NBA team names because I don't like team names that don't end, like, they're not plural.
Right.
The Heat, the Magic, the Thunder.
Right.
No.
Yeah. No, I sympathize. Yeah. I sympathize. Like, the Bears.
Yeah.
That's a good name for a team.
I've always wondered this. If you were a member of one of those teams.
Yeah.
What kind of, like, verbal gymnastics do you have to do to tell people who you play for? Because, like, if I played for the Celtics, I would say, I'm a Boston Celtic.
Yeah.
If you play for the Miami Heat, you can't go, I'm a Miami Heat, because that's stupid sounding. You end up saying, like, I'm a team member of the Miami. I play power forward for the Miami Heat.
It's a lot more words.
Yeah. It's very...
No, it's cumbersome. I hear you.
It's just a weird choice in general to pick a team name that's just like a random noun that you can't make plural.
I'm thinking about all the sports, and I'm thinking that football has the best names. Because football, like, lends itself to sports names.
Well, baseball has good names.
Well, yeah, I mean,
most of them are very historic, though.
That's true, yeah.
Because, like, Red Sox and White Sox, that comes from 1900.
Right.
When they were known for the fact that they were wearing Red Sox and White Sox. Right. Ironically, the White Sox most often wear black socks now.
That is ironic.
Anyway. But, I mean, most baseball team names make sense. I do have an issue with the Padres. That's a weird choice.
The dads? Right? Isn't that Padre? Isn't that father?
Yeah, they're viewing it as like a monk, like a priest.
Oh, okay.
But that's not going to strike fear into the opponent?
Like a warrior priest?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so scared they're going to make me do confession?
I mean, I guess it might now that we know that the Catholic Church is really into diddly stuff. But back when they came up with the team name in the 60s, no, not really. Football's good. Hockey's weird.
Hockey gets weird because there's a lot of nautical references.
And you got the Canadian teams.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how many times I hear the Canucks, it still sounds like a racial slur.
Yeah, what is a Canuck?
It's like...
That's what you call people from Canada, right?
It's like a patriot here.
Oh, okay.
It's like their version of that.
You're like uber Canadian.
Yeah, but...
if you're a Canuck.
It just sounds like you would scream, "Get off my lawn, you dirty Canuck," and people would go, "Whoa, that's a hate crime. Stop that."
And the filthy Canadian would pick up his bag of Tim Hortons and go. Because they're very polite.
But as far as insects go, the only one I could think of was the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, it's a good team name. But I feel like fire ants would be better.
There's
than
not
a lot
like
of
a wasp team?
No.
Well, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Yeah.
That might be why they avoided that one.
There's a lot of, I mean, even if you want to go into like arachnids, you could get a lot of spiders and stuff that would be a good.
Yeah. Tarantulas.
Yeah.
The like Toronto tarantulas.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not in charge.
No, you're not.
No.
You're clearly not in charge
People
of that.
didn't ask me.
Nope.
Saying your favorite food is pizza is a cop-out.
I agree.
That's like saying your favorite food is meat or your favorite drink is liquid. We need specifics.
What kind of pizza?
Yeah, you can't just... That's a genre.
And yeah, that is true. And like where from?
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a lot of different things to take. I mean, if someone loves Hawaiian pizza and that's their favorite, it's a lot different than a person who loves Supreme.
Absolutely.
That's their favorite food.
Absolutely. Or like, you know, like Sicilian style or something.
There's someone somewhere who their favorite food is a taco pizza.
Yeah. They're lonely though.
Well, probably.
And they probably live in Florida. Don't you think? They live in Florida in an RV alone.
I feel like, and I don't have any basis to this, I feel like most Floridians would want fruit on their pizza.
No, you're wrong.
I feel like it would be like a lot of, I'm throwing some canned mandarin oranges on this pizza.
Ew!
Or...
Ew!
That's a thing.
That's appalling.
That's a thing. People do that.
Okay, well, I'll try
Well,
it.
I just feel like that's something people would...
No, I think
they would get a pineapple pizza and wash it down with their Monster Energy drinks. Then they'd go four-wheeling.
That is a lot of Florida.
Right. And then they'd take bath salts.
It's even more. You're covering the Everglades now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Have you seen all the blue heron cranes down there taking bath salts?
No.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Only two more.
All right.
When I go to a cultural festival, that happened today, I know where this one came from. This is the only one of these, timeout, on my list that I can point at and go, I know where this idea came from. I know why I thought this.
Did you go to Oktoberfest today?
No, there was a cultural festival out at Centennial Park.
Look at you.
Centennial Park, in case you don't know and you're not from here, is a weird park that for some reason has a Parthenon in it.
Yeah, it's true.
When I go to a cultural festival or something of the like, I always want to try the, quote, weird food. Like, that's just what I say. I don't mean anything by it. But, like, for example, I will want to go to the Jamaican booth to try the goat. They'll have goat.
Yeah, sure.
I assume that if a Jamaican were to go to Oklahoma, they would definitely want to try the chicken fried steak for the exact same reason.
Yeah, I think so.
They would see that on a menu and go, why would you fry a steak, much less chicken fry a steak? Also, how do you chicken fry something that's not an actual thing?
I don't understand it, man.
Yeah.
I can't do that accent.
No, it's not great.
Well, thanks. Thanks for taking time out to make me feel like shit.
Well, I mean, it's less offensive than Jar Jar Binks. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Misa.
And the final one, and I feel very strongly about this one.
All right.
People need to stop acknowledging Taylor Swift's little stupid feuds with other singers.
Oh, what's the latest? What's the haps? What's the tea, sis?
They're not interesting.
Okay.
No one cares.
Okay.
Let me know when Taylor and Katy Perry reaches a Biggie and Tupac level. If one of them's going to get murdered, then I'll tune in. That's a more interesting storyline than she said bad things about me. That's pretty much it.
Is that how? Huh?
They don't like each other.
Oh, well, good. Good.
Because they feud.
Oh.
Taylor Swift feuds with every other singer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Why do you not know this?
I don't care.
You work in music. You need to know this sort of stuff.
I really don't care. I don't care so much.
Taylor Swift tries to start a fight with every other singer.
Including Katy Perry? Who I like
Especially Katy Perry.
Oh.
They very much dislike each other.
Oh, that's a shame.
You should Google that.
I like old Katy Perry.
Well, you know who doesn't agree with you? Taylor Swift.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
It's not interesting. So if you want to Google it and find out, you can. But it's like teenage girl stuff being played out with someone in their late 20s and someone in their early 30s.
Who have like gobs of money.
Yeah. I don't.
Money gobs.
That's what I'm saying. Unless one of them is going to get shot in a drive-by, potentially, I'm not interested. If someone releases a diss track that's on like a Tupac level,
love it, love it.
Then I'll check it out. Or
even like that first track on that first Ice Cube album, where he's like talking about everyone sucks dick.
Yeah. If Taylor Swift wants to write a song that is on the level of No Vaseline,
that's it.
Yeah.
Is that the track?
Well, I don't know if that's the one.
That's one of the ones.
That's one of the most famous.
Yeah. Diss tracks.
Then I'll check it out. Although I don't feel like, and maybe I'm being sexist here when I say this, I don't feel like there's as much material for a female diss track as there would be for a male diss.
I agree.
Because most of the male diss tracks cater in homophobia and painting them as a girl, which is offensive in many different ways. You can't, like Taylor Swift can't go, yeah, Katy Perry,
what a girl,
get a tampon. She probably does. That's a very realistic possibility.
Part of her life. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
You definitely can't say that. No, none of that works.
But yeah, they very much dislike each other.
Well, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. You've educated me once again. Mm-hmm. You're random. Did you get high today?
No, that was just like saying around.
Were you bored out of your mind?
No, not really.
Okay,
just thinking.
Were you? I guess what probably happened is you made a lot of space in your brain by clearing out all that stuff that guy said about screenplays. And then it was just, the vacuum in your brain was filling with random thoughts. Ideas. Yeah.
I feel like some of them are very profound, though.
I wouldn't call them profound.
No, they're profound.
I would call them,
I may be the greatest mind of a generation.
Yeah, the generation that never was.
I'm pretty sure Kanye has fallen into second place.
Oh boy!
In the voice of the generation category here.
You know how the old, I don't know if they still do this on the Daily Show. Do they still do Moment of Zen? Mm-hmm. Okay, well,
because Trevor Noah still has
that
going.
Well, it started all the way back with Craig Kilborn.
Yeah,
who we've realized
back in 1991.
Yeah,
I don't know when that was.
Yeah, and
that
so
seems inaccurate.
The Moment of Zen. I never saw the Daily Show until college, right?
Okay,
but I saw clips of it on the front of my Comedy Central tapes of South Park.
Okay.
Right? And I would see the Moment of Zen, and I just thought that, this is an appropriate moment of Zen. If you go to YouTube and you look up dog eating avocado, you'll find this. The one and only Hulhauser.
We are being led down into the forest by the avocado dog, and we are heading down in here because we understand there's some actual picking going on down here, and we're going to see for ourselves just what all of this is about. Let's walk up here and see where they go. This is like a bed of leaves here, a cushion of leaves here. Your dog is eating an avocado.
Yeah, that dog eats avocado. All our dogs eat avocados. If you're an avocado farmer, your dog likes them too.
I've never seen a dog eat avocados.
Wait,
before.
pause.
That shell is.
Yeah.
If you're an avocado farmer and you have a dog and the dog likes avocado.
Sure.
You most likely gave the dog avocado.
Yeah, at some point.
That's how you make your livelihood, is through avocados.
It's true.
You are literally throwing your livelihood to dogs. And just saying, have at it. I know it's a thick bed of leaves here Find the avocado in there and go to town.
Get much cleaner than that. You don't get to clean in your kitchen.
Look at this. That dog ate every speck of that avocado.
That one's gone.
Now, do you have a healthy dog?
I got a very healthy dog.
You want to see how to make a dog happy? Now that's an avocado-eating dog. She's going to eat the whole thing. Peewees.
Peewees.
So what happens to the peewee? It's been a great day. Our avocado adventure. Actually, we
who's
also
this
saw
person?
a dog eat an avocado.
I'll tell you.
Right.
I'll tell you. Wait.
The grove we were just visiting.
Yes.
Their dogs ate
them.
avocados, and they are have the shiniest, healthiest looking coat.
That is the magic of one Huell Hauser. Huell.
I don't like him.
Hauser. He's from South Carolina. And but he at some point in his life moved to California and did public television on a very low budget. And you can find it all on YouTube. And if you just need to relax, it's kind of like Bob Ross in that way. If you just need to relax, you just turn on Huell, you know, and he'll take you places.
I feel like you need to watch something that isn't PBS at some point.
It's like a shitty Rick Steves. It's awesome.
I don't know what a Rick Steves is.
Oh my God, Rick Steves is the best.
Still don't know what a Rick Steves is. I will never know what a Rick Steves is.
What's wrong with you?
Is he on PBS?
Yes.
Then I'm not going to watch
What's wrong
him.
with you?
I don't know if you
it.
knew this. It's 2017. There are 100 billion TV channels in existence. All of them are better than PBS.
Here's some Rick Steves, motherfucker.
Hi, I'm Rick Steves, back with more of the best of Europe.
I just liked it.
We got plenty of horsepower for an amazing trip in Romania.
Is he on a horse?
Thanks for joining us.
He's riding a cart.
So that's where the horsepower joke came from.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not a good joke.
It's not about being a good joke. It's about...
If you're going to make a joke, it's about being a good joke.
It's about Europe through the back door, and that's not the anus. It's not Europe through the anus. It's Europe in a cheap way. It's inspiring. It's educational. It's fun. It's family friendly. It's just fucking Rick Steves, man.
I'm just saying, though, if you're going to open your show up with a joke, it's got to be a good joke. It can't be a bad joke. That was a bad joke.
On PBS, man.
Well,
not
I know
if you're
that
on PBS. No one gives a fuck.
I realize that PBS and NPR have a different standard for jokes. I've heard the game shows on NPR. I understand what they think is funny.
Are you giving Peter Sagal shit right now?
Peter Sagal's the one who slides by.
He's funny.
The others that follow Peter Sagal?
It's true. What's that one stupid ass show? Ask Me Another? That show sucks.
Ask Me Another.
That show sucks so
when
bad.
It is on the radio. And I hope that when you post this podcast, you will tag.
I'll tag Ask Me Another because they could.
It makes me want to pierce my eardrums. It's. I don't know if it's because the jokes are so Melba toast. They're trying to just not offend anyone, and so they're very, very bleh.
It's one thing. Here's my thing. It's one thing if you're baby boomers and you make cheesy dad jokes. Mm-hmm. It's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're Gen Xers, which is I get the vibe that these guys are Gen Xers.
Probably.
We know things about you.
Yeah.
We know that that's not in your wheelhouse, man. So don't try.
Yeah, no, Peter Sagal's actually...
He's great.
Is actually funny.
Yes.
Any other show on NPR that is supposed to be funny.
It's not funny.
I'm including Prairie Home Companion. I know that's a controversial opinion to people, but they're not funny. And I think it shows that Wait, Don't Tell Me is the better of the shows in this sense. I looked up, they were taping here in Nashville.
Wait. Mm-hmm.
I looked up the price of tickets. It's a lot. I looked up the price of tickets to one of the other NPR shows when they were in town.
Ask Me Another.
I don't remember if it was Ask Me Another or not. It was like $18. I'm looking this up here. I'm looking up the host to see what generation she would be from. 1972.
Yeah.
She was born
Gen
in
Xer.
72.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can tell.
She was on VH1's Best Week Ever.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
assuming she was the worst person on VH1's Best Week Ever.
And by the time it's the millennials' turn to take over comedy shows on NPR, they're not going to exist. Mm-hmm. It's going to be over.
Yeah.
It's going to be way, way over.
She appeared on Comedy Central's Premium Blend. That's the thing that they put on the poster of every comedian that you look at and go, I don't care. Everyone was on that show at some point. I don't know if you ever watched Premium.
No.
Premium Blend, it's a half-hour episode, and they'll jam 3 comedians into each episode.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I mean, not that it's,
they're dying for content, basically.
If you're on Premium Blend, it's not like it's the worst thing ever.
Right. It's a good thing.
You
Yeah.
made a step in a career, but when you go look at a comedy club, like the Zanies here in town, for instance, their posters, they'll list all of the credits on there, trying to go, this comedian from these things.
Yeah.
And if you see one, like Moshe Kasher, for instance, it was a whole list of things. He's been on a lot of things. But occasionally you'll get one where it's like 3 credits. And it'll be like Premium Blend, Chelsea Lately, and one other thing. And you're like, okay, well, that tells me nothing about this comedian. It guarantees me no quality.
And someday we're going to do a live show, and it's going to have a poster, and it's going to say, just Sushi Jackknife.
Nothing. It's just going to be blank.
Well, our name is that. Mm-hmm. So that's it.
It'll just be us.
Yeah. So you'll look at the poster. You'll be standing outside Zanies going, why is this show $5?
Ophira? Is that how you say her name?
Quizarton?
Eisenberg.
Oh,
the host of
yeah.
Ask Me Another.
I just came up with another NPR person.
Ophira? Ophira?
I think it's Ophira. Yeah, Ophira.
It needs to give me a pronunciation on Wikipedia. Does let me know that she was in a Tony Award-winning Broadway show.
That's another problem. That's not a positive. That's a negative.
Well, I mean, maybe she should have pursued that instead of not. I'm not gonna, say anything bad about her because I don't know anything about her. But I feel like she chose poorly in her career.
My favorite point in Ophira Eisenberg's career was when she played bass with one-armed Mike. Sushi Jackknife.
Sushi Jackknife.
Okay. Benny wheel up. So is she related to Jesse Eisenberg?
It does not say. They are both Jewish.
Oh, that's something.
Real quick, random thought I just had. I don't know if this is the case, but I assume that at some point in time, someone has tried to make a pie with crab apples.
Yeah. This has to end.
Crabapple pie.
This has to end.
Would not be good. Be very milky and sticky.
Gotta get off.